Hello everybody, Brett here for TopoRanger, and it looks to be that time of year when the ice starts to form on the river, which is always neat, I think, because you get to come down here and slip and fall. I'm down here by the river, right next to the Columbia Wrightsville Bridge. I just wanted to come down here and check out one feature, and also just check to see if how the ice is doing. And it looks like it is starting to form. Weather's been cold now for at least a couple weeks. It's been just really nasty, kind of weather that you just want to stay inside. Not a lot of videos get made when things are like that. I want to throw in a big piece of slag, bust up some of these rocks here. But these suckers are embedded. They're embedded into the side of the creek here. Wait, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa. Look at that. That's a nice chunk of coal. Huh. And here's a nice piece of slag from ye old slag pile. Let's see how thick this stuff is. Right there. Keep your eyes right there. It's pretty thick. I wonder if that bodes well for the upcoming weeks, because it's supposed to stay in a deep freeze now for at least the next week, I think. Yeah, you can see it's all frozen out through here. When I was coming over the bridge here, it kind of looked like there was some ice starting to collect down by Long Level. It seems pretty thick right here. That's not why we came here. As much fun as it is to play in the ice, to break the ice, but not to walk on the ice. What we came here to see is right over here. On this channel, we like to do tunnels, although we really haven't done a tunnel in a long time. This tunnel here was one of the tunnels I went in a couple times during the early days. As you can see, it's pretty much dried up. But that's not where we're going today. I want to show you another kind of hidden feature. Now, if you look behind me, you can see the old piers of the bridge the Civil War burnt down. A mile long, covered bridge, burnt down 2 days, I think 2 days before Gettysburg. And this would have been where the covered bridge would have started, right here. The only thing that's left is this huge, like, sandstone pier. But if you sneak over here, right in the stinky armpit of this construction, and you notice there's a stone arch here, a big one, going like that, and you can see the end of it right there going back down there. So there is a big stone arch here with a void space underneath the approach to the beginning of the old Civil War bridge. This whole side is filled in. It's been partially buried, but you kind of tend to notice that there's one side of this thing is actually open, and naturally you get curious as to what's in there. Say, hey, anybody in there? I'm just making a little video, not trying to come up on your stuff or anything. If you are in there, just say something, I'll leave you alone. Wow, it's bigger than I remember. Okay, to me it looks pretty clear. There's an old tarp in there, but that's about it. It also looks like it's maybe been dug out, or perhaps the last time I was here, when I actually went in, it was a long time ago, so. Holy jumping Jehoshaphat, look at that. Wow. Anybody in there? Hello? Anybody in there? There's that tarp, which looks pretty new. And look, there's light from the other side. Let me get out my hypertop so we're not dealing with such a small, narrow beam of light. And this is very much the kind of place where people are gonna say, don't go in there. Now, again, stuff like this, I always look inside and make sure there's nobody in there. Because you don't wanna, you don't wanna come in and have somebody there and get into some trouble. But this looks like it's completely empty, so. Anybody here? So you can see how most of this entrance here is just completely covered with debris. You get this big pipe, which I'm assuming is a water pipe. It's coming through. It's a brick constructed tunnel. Now I'm standing up. A nasty ass pipe right there. I mean, how corroded is that thing? Look at that. How many years has this been here? You want to do some laundry? The floor is just mostly dirt, some trash, cans and whatnot. Nothing too gross. Some old springs. A little ironing board. It's like a little electrical box. And that tarp. I mean, what do you want to date this as? It's got to be I'd gotta say 1800s. If you go up here, you can see the other side there. And a little bit of light, there's a nice little green leaf. You can see it's all filled in though. But you can see it, it's there. So I wonder if this was maybe built for the pipe. I don't know, this water pipe might have something to do with the old trains as like a water filling station for an old train. I mean, as far as these types of places go, it's not that bad. But it is big, it's big enough to walk around in. Wow. So maybe we can imagine back on that day, was it July 1st or July 2nd, 1863, when right across the river, the Confederate troops were there. They blew the bridge. This tunnel, whatever you want to call it, this must have been here. What was going on? We could step right outside the entrance here, and we could have seen the bridge burning. Here's a little bit of scale. Just a tarp, that's it, there's nothing else. Oh, there we go, that's a little bit better. It is a little dusty. I'd say the whole thing's about 50 feet long, maybe. I don't see any other tunnels leading off from this one. So my guess is that it was just a route to go through. Perhaps people used to walk through here. Or maybe it was just built as storage. Maybe you put your wagon under here or something. I mean, who knows, right? And then at a later date, I would say they put through this beautifully decayed pipe here. I imagine there are people that come in here, local people, perhaps do overnights here. Maybe when the weather's a little better, but it would be a place to take shelter if you were sleeping rough. It certainly has the size. You could fit a whole bunch of people in here. Let's head out of this sucker. Quick, before the zombie horde gets us, right? So, right there's where the bridge would have started. Right there's a little hidey hole. And this big monstrosity here would have been the first bridge here. If I remember correctly, we can go down here. Yeah, here it is. So the bridge would have went right over top. Boom, 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 boom. The river's just looking cold, man. Everything's just gray. Wait, there's some ice out there. You see it? There's like a floater, island of ice. I remember it being a lot smaller, so people may have been burrowing that out over the last several years. I was hearing these stories recently about out in California how the homeless people are burrowing into the creek side, and they have these huge elaborate system of caves with bathroom and running water and heat, and the local people are worried that these things are going to start collapsing. I saw that story on the news, and then I thought, that made me think of this. And I was like, let's go do it. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get my updates, and share me and follow me on all the socials, all right? This is Brett coming to you from a cold and dreary Susquehanna River, Pennsylvania, in the middle of January. I'll see you soon.